Speaking of Edward James Olmos,
Yes.
I've got a great idea. I've been thinking about Edward James Olmos a lot. And obviously, he's done Battlestar Galactica, as you say. It's not the hot thing anymore.
Not anymore.
He was in one season of Dexter, and that's not a thing anymore.
But he was great in that season of Dexter.
He was good in that season of Dexter, Jonathan.
Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
He taught those kids math.
Yeah.
The Milagro Beanfield War. Don't forget.
What's next for Edward James Olmos?
I know.
I know.
What?
You prick. I know.
Why are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you.
You call me pricky.
No, he called you a prick.
Yeah, pricky for nickname.
Oh, I could call you Pricky. That's a nice little name.
No, don't do that.
My little Pricky.
No.
Anyway, here's an idea for a new television series starring Edward James Olmos. I'm so proud of this. It's called Edward James Almost. Every episode, Edward James Olmos, star of television and film, seduces a woman, a young, attractive woman. In all fairness, way too young for him. If I'm being honest. Like, it's the kind of thing where you look at it on screen, you see him with his old face, and this young, vibrant woman in a sundress, and just think, that, like, it's legal, technically, but that is a bit dodgy.
He's in his late 60s now, I think. He was in Zoot Suitors, too. You should watch that.
Well, I mean, he's in Edward James Almost now. So the episode shows him basically seducing these women. Young, attractive, beautiful, gorgeous women. Turning on the charm. Just, I'm Edward James Olmos. Hello. Do you want a pint of lager? Different methods of seduction every time. Sometimes he turns on the Latin charm. He's all mamacita. Do you want a pint of lager? Like that.
He could have switched to British immediately and said lager.
Sometimes he's not above exploiting his own fame, and to be honest, exploiting fans of his. You know, there's a young, beautiful Battlestar Galactica fan. She's got that kind of cute nerd look to her. We like her. We root for her. She's not got a lot of friends, but he doesn't care. He's like, oh, I was in Battlestar Galactica. Do you fancy a bit of sex? And she does, and he will do it, Jonathan, because Edward James almost doesn't care. So anyway, what happens is he seduces successfully always, because he's a charming man. He's old. He's got that Sean Connery thing to him. He's old but suave. He takes him, to the bedroom for sex. Gets on top of her, and he's all like, oh, you are so beautiful to me. I'm Edward James Olmos. And then just ejaculates before he even gets it in her. Edward James Almost. Every week seducing a woman way too young for him, gets her in the bedroom, and then just comes his fucking drawers.
That's the storyline of the show.
Will this be the week that Edward James almost manages to seal the deal? Find out.
Well, there we go. It's like that will they, won't they scenario in that Bruce Willis show, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Here's the best bit, though. Even though it's the same, don't get me wrong, the same thing will happen every week, right? But there's little twists. Sometimes he'll, that whole, it's a 30-minute show. There's no commercial breaks. I'm going to be strict about that. It's a full 30-minute block. Sometimes 29 minutes of it will be given over to the seduction. We'll follow them meeting up, him kissing her hand, just, oh, sweet. And taking them to dinner, drinks afterwards, a little bit of coffee, taking them back home, kissing them on that arm again, necking, doing all that. 29 minutes. And then right at the end, and then the credits roll. Whole episode. Sometimes he's come within the first 5 minutes. And it's not just that, he come just by meeting her. It's just that particular episode we started filming after he'd already done most of the seduction. And that way we get a whole episode of just the awkward uncomfortableness as he, just squelchy inside his pants, walks around the bedroom, picking up his clothes solemnly. And at one point I was talking...
I swear this has never happened to me before.
Exactly, that whole thing. And then my friend Flannel threw this one in, asking her for cab ride home. Asking her for money, and she's all like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me." And he's like, "Well,
he doesn't make any effort to...
I paid for dinner."
There's other ways to find sexual intimacy other than penetration. He could cuddle, he could shower, or try again. He could do a kissy-kissy.
To be fair to him, he's lost interest. Once he blows his beans, he's lost interest.
Isn't he worried about how she feels whatsoever?
He's a
James almost.
He doesn't have to worry about... He's a bit too preoccupied with the fact that he's embarrassed himself. Like I said, that's only one... This thing, different things happen. Sometimes the woman will be judgmental and scornful. Sometimes they'll try and be, try and get him back in the mood. They'll be like, "Oh, it's okay, baby, it's okay, baby." And he just rolls off her and just slurms out of bed like a lowly roach. He doesn't even look at her. Doesn't even...
Who's the star of the show? Who's the protagonist?
Cleaning his glasses. Well, there's no protagonist. It's a reality TV show.
Although, if you want to think of Edward James Olmos as like an anti-hero, you're certainly welcome to.
Yeah. I mean, in many ways, he's like a morally dubious anti-hero. He's the protagonist. And I guess just his own balls are the enemy.
His balls are the... Okay.
Just his over-eager, tight scrotum and his twitching cock.
Ugh. So you're rooting for him.
Well, yeah, we're like...
What?
Because we want to... Is he going to do it this time? Come on, Edward James Olmos. We believe in you. Have sex with that person who, frankly, is a bit... we all are agreed. This is someone watching at home talking to their family. Just like, we're all on his side, but we all can agree also that it's just, it's legal, but... Ugh.
But you have that internal conflict, just like Breaking Bad, where it's like you want him to get the money, but at the same time, what he's doing isn't so good. But he'll save his family, and
exactly.
We've been through so much with him. Yeah,
it's just like The Sopranos.
Yeah, he's done some dubious things, but he's such a charmer, and that there's a heart in there, and you just hope that that's the side that wins out in the end,
exactly.
And the ride of getting there, finding out.
Exactly.
Is he really going to do the right thing, which is put his penis in a young woman?
And we're just there, come on, Edward. Come on, Edward. Come up. Oh! Almost. Close but no cigar, Edward. Try again next week. And then next week will be something else, Like I said, sometimes he's turning on the Latin charm. Sometimes he does karaoke. He does Total Eclipse of the Edward James Olmos. Doesn't really fit the rhythm, but he's an arrogant man. Sometimes negging.
What's that mean?
It's that technique
negative space or something
that those scumbag pickup artists do, where they basically the idea is you insult a woman and then she wants to have sex with you or something.
Oh yeah.
So he does that. He meets her and says, "Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. You are ugly. Fuck off." And then she's like, "Let's have sex." And he's like, "Yeah, up the ass."
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So there you go. That was my idea for a show, anyway.
I like the idea. And in your description of the idea, I couldn't help but get stuck on one part, which is when he says, "You are so beautiful to me." I've always taken... that's always given me a bad feeling, because you wanted someone to tell you, "I think you're beautiful to everyone," but then to add that little disclaimer at the end, like, "Well, for my tastes, you'll be all right. Other people, Yeah, probably not. But you're beautiful to me, so let me do it. It's the only chance you got. You know, it's really it's negging. I guess.
I guess that's the idea of negging. Yeah, you
Joe
are
Cocker.
you are beautiful in a subjective manner of speaking.
And that was a hit pop song sung by
Yeah.
a guy whose voice was not beautiful by objective standards. It wasn't technically good at singing. He was a scratchy, sort of angry, but in love with you. You know? You remember him?
Yeah, vaguely.
Ah, so beautiful to me. Can't you see? Like, whoa,
Brilliant.
he's not happy. He's upset. He needs help. But we love him for it, I guess. You buy a single. Oh, everything over. It's terrible. Always had issue with Joe Cocker. But that I guess that would work as a good ending credits. That, or do you know the theme song to the television show What's Happening?
No.
Loosely based off the film Cooley High. Check it out, guys.
You're just saying words to me at this point.
I know. You're from another land. This isn't your cultural background, and good for